How you doing? Mr. DJ back, going to resume the countdown of my fantasy playlist, April 28, 1985. It is 16 until 1 in the morning today, April 22nd, 2015. Fantasy playlist, April 28, 1985. 30 years ago. My goodness. One of the hottest songs at 30 years ago, from 30 years ago, at number 18 on my fantasy playlist, Tears for Fear. Everybody wants to rule the world. There's a lot of standards I just can't listen to anymore. Please do not ever play When a Man Loves a Woman in my presence. Do not play Sweet Home Alabama. That's right. I know it's sacrilege down here in Alabama, but don't play that song. Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, I can't help myself. Oh my God, that hurts. Don't play that song for me, please. But everyone wants to rule the world. These syllables are getting mashed up in my mouth. I still love it. It's overplayed. The song's been overplayed, but I can't get enough of it. Just imagine driving on a lonesome highway, a lone highway. Well, actually, not even a highway. It could be just a road with the countryside skirting past you. Convertible. Breeze blowing through your hair. Sun shining right down on you. Blotted out here and there by the trees. And the song's blaring out of the FM radio. The astral voices, the echoes, is completely pastoral. Tears for Fear. Everyone wants to rule the world. From songs from the Big Chair, that was their breakthrough album in America. Their first album, called The Hurting, was massive in England. Went to #1 on the album charts in Great Britain. They had 3 top 10s. Well, I know they had 2 top 5s in England, including Change and Mad World. Change went to number 2 or 3 in Britain, but here in the States only went to number 73. That particular record was relegated to college radio, but not everyone wants to rule the world. And this happened so many times. The song that's the big hit, the first hit off this album, was added to the album as an afterthought. Roland Orzabal, one of the members of Tears for Fear. It was 2 guys, Kurt Smith and Roland Orzabal. Roland Orzabal thought the song was lightweight. He originally called it Everybody Wants to Go to War, but he thought the whole thing was just lackluster. But the producer of this album, his name was Chris Hughes, the producer of Songs from the Big Chair, he wanted those 2 guys, Roland Orzabal and Kurt Smith, to record Everybody Wants to Rule the World because he thought it had potential to make it here in America. They were looking for an American hit. That's what he was looking for. The song took about 2 weeks to write and record, and it was the last song added to the album. Can you believe it? It had that shuffle beat that was not typical of Tears for Fear's sound. But this song was the propellant that took it to #1 here in the States. First single release of a Songs from the Big Chair. And then Shout came in the summer of '85. That went to, if I remember correctly, that went to #1 in America. And then there was, I believe the song, my favorite song by Tears for Fears, I can't even remember the name of it. I think it was Head Over Heels. Fall of '85, when they were in the library, the video. Oh boy, you talk about some memories. Talk about some technicolor memories from the fall of 1985, watching that video on Night Tracks on WTBS. Was it really 30 years ago? Was it that long ago? Seems like it was just yesterday. Well, that's about all I got to say about this record. I wanted to make it short and sweet, but I didn't. I probably ran over 3 minutes. Here's the record, Tears for Fear. Everyone Wants to Rule the World.